Hi, you guys. I hope you had a good Independence Day. Had me thinking a lot about independence just in my personal life and the rewards and challenges of that. And what occurred to me this morning is I live in a tiny town that's pretty much empty in the winter. There are like 4 of us on this particular peninsula where I live in the wintertime. 4 or 5, I mean, literally. And then in the summer, there's this fantastic influx of people. And a lot of them are family. And, you know, so it's this very intense, both in winter, when there are just so few of us, against the challenge of, and the joy of, you know, sort of the emptiness. And then suddenly the challenge and joy of trying to, it almost struck me as like triage, although that's kind of a harsh metaphor, but just how do you weigh up, you know, in this limited amount of time when people are here, you know, who sees who and who's invited to what thing and who isn't, and how important is it? Well, this person is here to, it's just this rat's nest of logistics. And in its best way, it's just a wealth of possibilities. And, but it is kind of, you got a lot of balls in the air, you know, the circus performers who have the plates on the sticks and they're, you know, you have to keep doing like this or they all come down. So I've been feeling that kind of attention and both a joy and a kind of like, how do I get back into that sort of hermit mode, clarity and quiet, even when things are, suddenly it's a pinball machine. Plates on sticks while you're playing pinball. So that's the jumping off, you know, the joy and the challenge. And the need, too, to set boundaries, you know, all the way around. People are navigating it, too. So, you know, your open place might be their boundary place. I mean, it's just, it's a joy and a kerfuffle. It's a joyful kerfuffle. Oh, man. 10 of Swords. Well, the good news is that something's definitively, or not even definitively, but there's a cycle that's over. And let's just, because that can be a good thing. You know, finally, something's put to rest. In a kind of brutal way. But let's see, what is the 10 of Swords, please? Okay, bottom of the deck is Moon. It could be a Moon card is the mystery, is what's unknown. You know, even to us, because it's still sort of unconscious. And some people are more tapped into this realm than other people. It's a feminine energy of receptivity, of being open to the mystery. And it might be an end to this kind of, because it also can signify something scary, fearful, because it's unknown. You know, what's over might be this quality of unknowing. I'm supposed to pull the next card, which is a little weird because we have a pile here, but let's do it. Okay, that was Moon. Okay. World. That fits in a couple of ways, because this is the end of a cycle. after that, you go back to Ace of Swords, the new thing, the new truth, because these don't serve anymore. This is world, the end of a big cycle, you know, in major arcana. This is minor arcana, something in daily life. This is the opening to the next thing. So it's kind of over. But I see something in these two round, this is sort of like the portal to the next thing. And here we have this, the moon, crescent moon, but you can see the rest of the moon that's not seen. It's only partially seen. There's through a glass darkly, flat, and then face to face. So a big cycle is wrapping up. Okay, now we're on to this. And it's Five of Swords, which is like a territory that's closed off for some reason. There's been a conflict. And somebody's left by themselves, like they've hung on to their swords. 3 of them. Heartbreak. You know, so they've won, but they've lost. So these sword, because we have the thing is bracketed by these rather challenging sword energies. Something's ended because there was a win that wasn't a win. But right in the center, these 2 major arcana cards, which shows really, because they're both quite positive, the cycle of the moon. We've just had a full moon in Capricorn, which was a wrapping up of things that were hard, things that you were putting your energy into that perhaps didn't, you know, you weren't getting a return for your investment. But both positive major arcana cards. So something on that deep level of the psyche was being worked out, while on the level of everyday, it looked like a shit show. Because there was a contention and somebody was left. That's real. Oops, sorry. Somebody was left. There was a victor that really didn't win and a loser. Okay, tell us about this. Is it this? Painful ending, 10 of Swords? Page of Wands. This is that person striking out in a new direction. On the road. Revived. Wands energy, life force energy. You know, dead, not dead. Under moon, 4 of Wands. A card of reunion. And it doesn't have to be romantic, although it could be. But it's a place of, remember we said that, I think it was the last reading, this somebody's on the move, on a road that leads to this, the exact opposite of 5 of Swords. This is simpatico. In accord. The place where you meet. So I'd say you're, you know, if this is you, it is you. You're up on your feet with a new direction. You're inspired. You're led by your inner sense of where you're supposed to be toward this, you know, it's kind of home, basically. But it's new, it's creative, it's innovative. Wands speak to that fire energy that at its best. It's fairly fast. Underworld, we have King of Pentacles. I like that. Because whoever you're meeting up with, this could be you. This is a stable individual. This is the other guy. Yeah. This is somebody who takes care of business, perhaps literally. Coins, pentacles can be reference monetary. But with all these cards of fire, I don't think so. This is somebody you can rely on and who I think you match with. Somebody who shows up. They've traveled there too, to this place, and they're stable. They may be on the move, but they know what they want. They know who they are, and it's not what you've been through before. They've gone through this kind of cyclical crossing or passing over too. And in minor arcana energy, Page of Rods, Four of Rods, King of Pentacles, all about movement, you know, lively, living, growing, passionate movement into stability. And we have Four of Cups under Five of Swords. This can be a missed opportunity. Somebody who's regretting it. The opportunity is sort of there in the, like in the tree of life. In Cups energy, a feeling of remorse, regret. And it's under Five of Swords. You know, most people don't like this kind of, this is a harsh battle of words or idea systems, or it's the idea that you have to be in conflict. And not for the first time, I'm getting. This was like the pattern. This is the end of the pattern. End of the pattern. Not only on the everyday level, but something has happened on that deep level that you share with other people. Collective unconscious. You know, it's that place we tap into that's kind of it's that deep well that can't be articulated because I can't. On Page of Wands, we have Ace of Wands. It is indeed a new beginning. It's a passionate new beginning. It's forward direction, doubling down on, like, this is new. This is, it bears fruit. And on Four of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, the major arcana card of forward movement in a good way, like this. They're very similar. The wheel and the round thing. We're getting the round, somehow the round thing, you know, where you meet. But, like, I think even mathematically, circles don't exactly come back to the same place. You know, that's pi, I think, like the pi. You know, it's more like a spiral because it lands you in a better place. And karma, you know, there's karma involved. What you've done influences it opens this portal for you. You like get to go forward on that level of the psyche with somebody. Tell us about the Ten of Swords ending, please. What's the cycle that concluded? What's wrapping up? Wrapped up. Well, it could be the option, the choice. Which way do I go? And it may be that somebody lingered there too long. See, again, the circle. In Rider-Waite, it's a globe. Here, it's just sort of like, almost like a fortune teller's ball. Somebody who's looking to, how do I get there? And it may be once this is over, how do I get to the next thing? Yeah, I don't know. It will entail walking into the unknown, because you really don't know. You're at a portal. In Wands energy, lots of fire here. You're igniting something. This is an important choice. You're like, liberated to move forward. Forward movement is the direction here. You know, and in a way, Wheel of Fortune, you're in the new place and there's no going back. The wheel doesn't really reverse. I mean, it can, but that's kind of gruesome when it reverses. Tell us about the Five of Swords. What was the battle? Star? It's a card of healing. Of wish fulfillment. Of being where you're supposed to be. It's almost like somebody was fighting their own the perspective, the Aquarian perspective of what's good for us. There was a battle over that. This is a sword air energy, as is this. Both the 5 and the 10. This is sort of like half dead. 10 is completely over. There's something about that triage thing coming to mind again. You know, who do you treat first? This is a card of healing. And I guess that's sort of the duh thing that's coming through me. Whatever injury, separation, strife there was, there is a healing. And you're being guided toward it. You're being guided toward it. So intuitively tap into, you know, and I remember somebody once saying to me, do you have intuition? And I said, yeah, I do. It's not always spot on, or, you know, I don't always read it right or see it clearly. Which way do I go? But I trust it, step by step, and usually it seems to lead, even if it isn't apparent to me at the time, forward to the next, to this. This is a dreams come true kind of card. It's the clarity that heals. You know, sword energy of this kind, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, is not at all clear. It's not clear communication. But there's a healing of that. And all these circles. the cyclical. Tell me about, well, let's go right for it. The mystery, the moon card, moon cycles. What's the cycle? What are we moving on to? World, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. 2, 6 of Cups. High Priestess. Soulmate energy. Somebody you know and care about, who knows and cares about you. You're not identical. You see, these guys are sort of wearing different hats. But there's this abundance of love and feeling between you. Every one of these cups has got growth and loveliness in it. It's not like the 7 of Cups, where some of the cups hold peculiar, snakes and whatnot. This is a card of sweet connection. Could be past life. There's so many cyclicals, This could be the return of somebody. And this is a card of High Priestess, of, again, that moon energy. This is Cancer. The moon card is Pisces, Cancer. A lot of water energy here. Deep feelings. I mean, you're being drawn by your intuitive sense toward this connection. But there's mystery in it too. I mean, this is the intuitive energy that doesn't speak. You can tap into it, but it's sort of tapping into the mystery. I'm just seeing if she has sometimes she appears with a tarot or Torah scroll. Now she's just got this curtain. There's a curtain between her and the landscape, but it's open. It reminds me a little bit of The Lady of Shalott, a wonderful poem about a woman who has to look in the mirror. She can't look directly out the window at what's going on, what's coming. She can just see it reflectively. But this one sees it. A card of the seer, of the intuitive, in the feminine principle. In water energy, cups energy, of feelings, of who you love, who loves you back. Strikes me as this is a very positive forward movement you're being drawn to, and you don't really know why. It is a mystery, how we're pulled towards certain things, and you're being pulled toward this next level portal, which can be a bit fearful because it's not fully known. And your intuition is talking to you, but not in a voice that's like loud and clear. It's a quiet voice. Can you give us anything else here on what looks to be a healing forward movement, that you can see it through a glass darkly? I keep hearing that. Through a glass darkly, and then face to face. Okay, the 5 of Pentacles to the 6 of Pentacles. From this lack to this common good, to the back and forth, to balance, to something you can count on. And whoever this other person is can count on you. They're both 6s. 6 and 6 is 12. 12 is Hangman. So there's been a time out in the cold, where you're not getting it, what you need. In real terms, in daily life. and you've had to kind of perhaps even give to yourself. But you did. There's now enough to share. It may not be right now, because pentacles are slow, but there's a lot of fast energy too. So I think things have been slow, and the pace is going to pick up because the worst is over. Ten of Swords. You're moving into something more solid and secure, perhaps with an earth sign. You might be an earth sign. Lots of earth, lots of fire, lots of water, lots of air. Fairly balanced. And this really speaks to balance too. Coming into something real, a real ability to exchange with somebody in real terms, authentically, in life, you know, as we live it. One more. Empress. You know, this is the divine feminine principle of growth and creativity. Also an earth energy, Taurus. I see it as being all the earth signs. Some people interpret it as Libra too. Something balanced. There's a lot about balance here, but it's grounded, creative. It's about growth. And the one who has the ability to nurture. She's not, Empress energy is not like anybody who's to be depleted. This is sort of a card of depletion, of not having enough. Well, evidently, you know, you're coming into Empress energy. You're the principle of enough and then some. And that basically crowns the reading. I don't think there's anything more to be said. That's just lovely. All right, you guys. Onward, Wheel of Fortune, to healing, to the place you're supposed to be, Star. There's a new beginning and a new union ahead. And you're an Empress energy. You don't, you're established. Anybody who is allowed into your presence grows. And I don't mean that in a hoity-toity way. Allowed into my presence. But it's a benevolent energy of kind of a really good match for this. Somebody's going to match you in their stability and abundance. They're coming for you. They're coming for you. Thank you. See you next time. Oh, please do this. And subscribe. Hit that button. It's just mashing a button. You know, mash that button. Give it a thumbs up. Comment, share, whatever. Engage.